When setting the strategic direction of the organization, leaders have two opposite styles at their disposal: the visionary leadership style and the pragmatic leadership style. Let's see how these styles play out in the case of Esther and Han. Esther is CEO of a large media company grappling with the consequences of digitalization on their TV, magazine, newspaper and book activities. Han is the recently appointed head of digital media. He is scheduled to present the company's digital strategy at their Global Management Summit in a week's time.
Han, the digital strategy you presented to the management team last week was great. A truly inspiring strategic vision of the direction in which we need to start moving.
Yeah, I'm glad that everyone agreed on the direction. It's a big step.
Yeah, and at the Global Management Summit next week, I would like you to present the same provocative material. How might the media industry look? Well, what might it look like in 5 years' time? And what do we aspire to become? I want to challenge everyone to think big and to want to create the future company with us. After all, we don't have all the answers yet, do we?
Great. Let's give them some moonshot goals. That should energize them to reinvent the company.
Do you see how Esther wants to use an inspiring vision to get people to think beyond the existing resources and to co-create the future? The strategic goal is a long-term ideal intended to trigger thinking big. But you could easily overdo a good thing.
Han, the digital strategy you presented to the management team last week was great. A truly inspiring strategic vision of the direction in which we need to start moving.
Yeah, I'm glad that everyone agreed on the direction. It's a big step.
But at the Global Management Summit next week, I want to keep the vision even more big picture, even more of a stretch. It can be like science fiction. I want to shock everyone into seeing that everything will be different and that we have few of the answers yet. I mean, if they leave feeling a bit confused about what's going to happen next, that's okay.
A bit confused, but not totally bewildered, right?
Taking a visionary leadership style can easily degenerate into fuzzy daydreaming, leaving the audience behind with a total lack of clarity. The direction can be so vague and unrealistic that people are baffled with no sense of how to move forward. Yet, at the same time, there is an opposite approach to the visionary leadership style.
Han, the digital strategy you presented to the management team last week was great. A truly inspiring strategic vision of the direction in which we need to start moving.
Yeah, I'm glad that everyone agreed on the direction. It's a big step.
But at the Global Management Summit, we need to give people more clarity. Otherwise, they could leave feeling totally perplexed. We need to translate the strategic vision into a number of tangible goals and what the next steps will be. I want to get people ready for a disciplined implementation.
I wasn't counting on being that specific, but I do understand why you want to give people clarity on what needs to be done.
In this case, Esther wants to translate the broad strategic vision into a number of realistic goals and tangible next steps to be taken. She wants to create clarity so she can focus on disciplined implementation. Yet, this pragmatic leadership style can also be overdone.
Han, the digital strategy you presented to the management team last week was great. A truly inspiring strategic vision of the direction in which we need to start moving.
Yeah, I'm glad that everyone agreed on the direction. It's a big step.
But it's not suitable to present at the Global Management Summit. It's much too unclear for most people. They could feel confused or distracted. No, it's much better to simply present the operational plans for the coming year. All that people need to know is what they need to do when they leave the door.
So I don't actually present a strategy, only the next steps.
Here, Esther decides not to give people any long-term perspective, but only to focus on the short-term actions. She emphasizes the implementation of the next steps, telling them what must change, but giving them little sense of direction and no room to influence that direction. It will probably leave people wondering whether there is any strategy at all. Do you use both of these leadership styles effectively, switching between them where necessary? And do you stay out of the looming pitfalls? That would make you an agile leader. If you want to read up on these two styles and would like to look at 9 more pairs of styles, then go to leadershipagility.com or download the Leadership Leap app for tablets. Or take a look at our book, Leadership Agility: Developing Your Repertoire of Leadership Styles.